Welcome into Bama Central's Just a Minute with Austin Hannon. I'm Katie Wyndham. And Austin, so far throughout fall camp, we've kind of heard some mixed things from Saban about the offensive line. Sometimes he seemed confident after Saturday's scrimmage. Definitely not. Maybe a little bit of frustration with the offensive line. But kind of based on some things we've heard from him and the players throughout fall camp, maybe what do you think some of those issues are at offensive line, or who do you think those five starters need to be or will be when the season comes in just a couple weeks now?
Yeah, I've been writing, about this stuff really all spring, all fall camp. And I've kind of felt like there were three established guys that were going to be 100%, no doubt about it, starters on day one. And that being Seth McLaughlin, JC Latham, and Tyler Booker. Now, after that is when it gets a little bit tricky because you don't really know where they're going to plug players in and piece players together. Obviously, it's a little, untraditional, if you will, to put JC Latham on the right side. I just think they're doing that because they're more comfortable with him there, and that's where he's played. But usually you would put your, as long as you have a right-handed quarterback like Alabama will this year, you want to put your best blocker on the left side. But JC Latham, it looks like it's going to be right tackle again, which means who's going to play on the left side, right? I just said that the left side is going to be the most important when you got the blind side to deal with. Caden Proctor's a big name. I think Saban's been a little frustrated with him of maybe taking the reins and taking that position. Obviously, he was a great high school football player, was committed to Iowa, and then, of course, flipped on early signing day. One of the biggest recruits in Alabama football history, and the number one offensive tackle in the class last year. There's Elijah Pritchett, who's been, around for 2 years now. He's a guy that could definitely start there, and if injuries occur, he'll definitely be in the lineup. Darian Dalcourt, we've heard a lot. We've seen a lot. He's a fifth-year player now. And he's been one of the players that has seen some time on the line, but I don't think's ever been that impressive. And so that's why you're seeing maybe some of these younger guys step in for a guy that's been around for so long. And how about Terrence Ferguson the second? He's been talked about a lot in a good way. We've been very negative, and Saban's been very negative about some of the people I've mentioned, but not about Terrence Ferguson. Only good things I've heard so far in fall camp. So I like his chances to get that left guard position. I think just maybe it might be Pritchett at left tackle to start the season. But I wouldn't be surprised at all if Caden Proctor eventually, assumes that role on the left side.
Yeah, I think you kind of hit the nail on the head with the established spots. I think Seth McLaughlin's the guy at center, and then you have Booker and Latham on the right side, which, like you said, you want to have your more set guys on the left side, but I think just those guys are so familiar with the right side, have their bond from playing together already, that I think that side's set, which is encouraging in one way, but I think the left side's kind of what Saban is sensing some frustration on. And I think Caden Proctor's the guy they want it to be. He has the intangibles, the size, but maybe he's not yet quite, in the SEC playing shape as a guy that's just coming out of high school. And then also, it's a steep learning curve being in the left tackle spot as a true freshman. And so I think that might be the starting left side as you've got Caden Proctor at tackle and Ferguson at guard. But, it'll be interesting to see come opening game. But that'll wrap up today's Just a Minute. Thank you so much for watching.